Hello and welcome to another episode where we celebrate the life and the music of Chris Squire. In this episode we will talk about this bass. This is a bass that I built and it's dedicated to Chris Squire. It's named Bass for Chris project, and as I said, it was the first bass I ever built, and the idea started last summer, or 1 year ago, in 2015, when I was making an improvement to my previous fretless bass, which I used on the bass cover video of the Remembering. So I wanted to apply some epoxy on the fingerboard, and I was in the process of getting another body for that bass, and that body I found it on eBay, and when I started to take care of the finish of the body, to apply some varnish and sanding the body. That was about the time when Chris had passed away. So a little bit after that, I changed my mind. I had the idea of why don't I make a bass and dedicate it to Chris. And that would be my first full project in making a bass guitar. So as I said, I had the body already. This body that you see here, this is a relatively inexpensive deal, but it's a good wood. It's American ash, and then as I started to have more ideas, I decided that I would like to mimic or to replicate Chris's Fender Jazz bass that he played for many years, and it's well known for Chris's fans that he played especially on tracks like Parallels and To Be Over, which I did a bass cover video not so long ago, and so I went to search some other parts that would make the bass look like Chris's Fender Jazz bass. So the first thing I decided was that the finish of the body would be a natural finish. That means to be like glossy and transparent, and that you could see the wood. So the next main item was the neck. So after I decided about how the body would be, I looked for a neck which would resemble like Chris's bass. And as you may know, Chris's Fender Jazz bass has this what they call blocks, black blocks, inlays on the fret marks, and also with some what's the word for it? It's binding. So this binding that you see here, this black line, also it's characteristic of the Fender models that were made around the same year that Chris's bass was made, which is the early 70s. Fortunately, one manufacturer had exactly the same format, and I also found a not so expensive deal again on eBay, and this would fit the neck pocket of the Fender Jazz bass. I had to re-drill the holes of the neck pocket. That was my first real luthier job, was to make those holes again, because they were not in the correct positions. And so I was gradually trying to learn a little bit about building a bass once I had the body and the neck. The neck, as you can see, is finished. I didn't make any changes in it because it was already prepared to be installed. I just had to relocate the holes for the bolts which attached to the body, and so part of my job, and one very, very large part of it, was to make this finish really glossy. So I asked help to some of my friends and luthiers from Portugal, and also to some other guitar makers in the internet. So that was a really cool thing to be able to communicate with people which have more experience. So my friends Cândido Jacob, which is a guitar luthier, and Manuel Rodrigues from Lisbon helped me on this task of applying the polyurethane finish, which is the kind of varnish that you apply to the body, and then subsequently to make the sanding, applying various layers. A very try and error process for me, because I didn't have so much tools around, and sometimes it wouldn't be very pretty the way I did, but with more and more tries I eventually reached something that I could say that it was pretty, and finally my friend Cândido also helped me to make the final polishing, the buffing, which gives a more fine polish and gloss to the finish. So that's basically what happened with the body and the neck, and I think it turned out really well. So I have to thank Cândido and Manuel for their help with this, and that left me with the hardware to apply on the bass. Starting here with the tuners, the machine heads, I had to install them to get some again inexpensive. I tried to find something not too expensive, because this is my first bass project, but to assure a good quality at the same time, or at least that looks good and it's functional. So I found also these machine heads, and I applied them. That was, let's say, easier than the rest of what I had done before, and also I had to decide what would be the pickups. So I looked around the internet for some brands of pickups that I could use, which would be not too, again, expensive, and I found a pickup brand named Tone Rider, which had some good reviews, and made some pickups similar to the jazz bass pickups, and that was the next step, to install them, and to install the potentiometers, which I had already from the fretless bass that I told you before. So I didn't have to make too many, too many things here. That piece of work, I'm more or less used to it because I work with electronics, so it was not very difficult for me to solder and to route the wires, etc. I took care, however, to make some shielding inside the cavities, which have the pickups and all the wires and the potentiometers, because I read that this would improve the isolation, the shielding against electromagnetic interference. So that's what I did. And so what else? Then I installed this bridge, which is the bridge that I also had in my fretless bass. This is I had bought some years ago from Stuart McDonald's, and it's a good bridge. I took also the advantage of being in contact with Eric Rennie, which, as you know, is the bass maker for the Rennie bass that Chris Squire used, and that we had a dedicated video to his bass. So we kept in contact, and I asked him for help about how to correctly position my bridge, because the scale has to be in the right position so that I can optimize here the intonation of the strings, so the notes fall in the right place. So that was a very good piece of help from Eric, which also followed my work with the electronics, and also had some great suggestions for me to apply, especially because I wanted to make this bass a stereo bass, just like Chris had. And so that's what I did. I routed individually each pickup to one of the potentiometers, and then with separate outputs to the output jack. So here you see this is an output jack in stereo, which actually now is shunted to connect to a mono input, but I can separate both pickup outputs, and because most of the time I'm playing, I will not use separate effects, but I may have to do that with this bass, as I had done in my To Be Over bass cover video. Maybe you can notice that in some spots of the recording there is one channel which has a slight overdrive, and the other one has a clean sound. So I opted to separate the signal, and that's why also Chris had the stereo signal, also to be able to route separate pickups to separate effect chains. So what can I say more? After I did all the assembly of the bass, so I tried to put some roto sounds, of course, to test if the sound was sounding okay. And now I will. Of course, I had to also find this metal plate, which is in. Chris had this metal plate in earlier in the 80s. Until the 80s, he used this. Later, when I saw him in the Lather tour, he already didn't have this plate, but I think it looks cool. If you see the videos in YouTube with the Going for the One sessions from 1976 in Montreux in Switzerland, you will see that he's using this and it looks really nice, and it's a little bit like playing the Rickenbacker, where you have to be playing either, you know, here or here, and you know, it's a little bit like playing the Rickenbacker, of course, but this is a different bass. Also the pickguard, it's a white pickguard. I also had this from a friend which didn't use it, so I asked her if she wanted to to sell me, and this is actually it's an original Fender Jazz Bass pickguard, so it's perhaps the only Fender item that I have here. Oh, and the pickguard, the chrome plate, this also is from Fender. So the rest is, you know, from many places. Oh yes, the knobs, you know, these plastic things that cover the potentiometers, the knobs, they also are from Fender parts. So it's really a mixture of many places, this space, but of course all this work was to honor Chris's memory, and most importantly to make some music with this bass, which was made by me, or of course with very big help from my friends, but to keep making Chris's music present for all of you. And I started right away. I did the video that you saw, maybe called To Be Over, with the To Be Over bass cover. And now I will just give some examples, trying to remember which songs Chris played with this bass throughout his career. So I know that in the Tales from Topographic Oceans, he played side 3, The Ancient, with this bass. Although right now I must confess that I still don't know how to play that song yet, but I will get there. Of course, then To Be Over on the Relayer album, it's one of the most well-known songs where Chris played with the Fender Jazz Bass. And then, of course, we have Parallels, which it's one of my early bass cover clips. It was my second or third actually, and I played it back then some years ago with my own Fender Jazz Bass, which is a 1972 or 3 model, that Fiesta Red model that you have seen. So on the Lather album, there is one track that Chris used this bass, and I saw it live back in the year 2000 or 2001, and that was Face to Face, and it goes like this. So I'm using the bass sound directly into the soundboard. I'm not applying any effects, so that you can check the sound of itself, and also these strings, they are not absolutely fresh, because I had used them. They are the same from the video To Be Over that I did previously. So, but you can see that the sound is okay, and it sounds very nice. So I think some minor changes I still have to make in this bass. I feel that the nut that I have here is a little bit too low, and sometimes I have a little bit of fret buzz that I think it may be related to the nut height. So I will get another one. But apart from that, I think the bass is really nice. I would like to learn, especially the ancient, to be able to make the bass cover with this bass and with that crazy sound that Chris made with the wah pedal. That would be perhaps my next project with this bass. Maybe I would re-record parallels, because it would be like it's one of my favorite bass lines. The one I had made before, I wasn't able to make a remaster out of it because I lost some of the files that I had, especially I think it was the audio file with the bass line. So yes, I would like to record that one, but of course I'm now also involved with the online lessons project, which started 2 months ago. So I'm also available for making online lessons on Skype, and that's also one of my projects that I currently have. And of course I want to make more bass cover videos from Chris Squire. Everyone is or almost everyone is asking me for a sound chaser. I must say that I'm still not able to get all the notes the way I feel it's really correct, but I will get there. I hope I will get there, because it's as you know, it's not easy. But the most important thing I wanted to show you was this bass that was made for Chris. This is Bass for Chris project, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Watch the To Be Over clip for having a better idea of how this bass is sounding, and soon I will make another one with this one or with the other ones soon, I hope. So thank you for watching, and as always, thank you, Chris.